Indy wants to jump off a wall.
Yep. Indy, no ma'am. Come on.
She has no idea she's like 13 or 12. How old is she? What's her official age?
12 to 13.
She's between 12 and 13. You know how rescue dogs are.
So we have a dog barking in the distance.
And Indy's being a good girl. Phew, that would be really embarrassing if she wasn't behaving properly. I met Indy when she was about 4. Upon my first meeting with her, she gave me a fat lip.
Yes, I was so embarrassed because I was so excited for Zach George to meet my dog. And then she gave him a bloody lip instantly upon meeting him.
That's so funny.
But not on purpose. He just tried to pick her up and she like headbutted him.
Yeah, exactly. That's the story of how I met Indy. She's the best wrestler I've ever encountered from a dog, and
I'm so proud.
She's a fierce wrestler. Like, she knows just how hard she's allowed to bite, and I'm okay with that because, you know, she wouldn't do it with anyone else, I don't think. Not without some practice.
Nope, come on.
Or if she had to, I think she probably would. She's very protective of her mom. I'm gonna answer a question. We actually did a live show not too long ago on YouTube, and someone didn't get their answer. Pardon the low light, it's nighttime, we're taking a walk.
My dog is 9 months old. She is very good all day, but she has bad behavior after 8 p.m. Specifically, she becomes very protective of her space, growling when anyone comes near. We tried to channel her energy by getting her to obey commands like sit, lie down, and even though she obeys, she continues showing her teeth and growling. She gets 2 daytime walks and an hour of exercise playing with other dogs around 7 p.m.
Anytime you're talking about issues of dogs biting or snapping or becoming aggressive with a person or another dog, it's really important to know a lot more information. In particular, you need to know the context in which these things are happening. Ideally, if possible, know the dog's history, and though it's hard sometimes, their genetics can come into play, like if they had a relative that had issues, because dogs can have mental illness, or they could just be really rude and not know how to express themselves socially, which, you know, can be resolved with some counter conditioning. That's typically how you go about resolving issues relating to dogs biting, is creating lots of favorable outcomes around things that make them uneasy. And that's why it takes so much time. But the worst thing you could do is, you know, use some type of harsh training technique to deal with that, because, you know, then dogs experience learned helplessness, which, you know, they'll comply, but their mental state isn't exactly well.
And he never actually said that his dog will snap, just that she growls and bares her teeth.
Yeah, and growling is really often a good thing too, because growling is a dog saying, hey, I'm uncomfortable. When they don't growl, that's more cause for concern. So growls don't, you know, they're just like, hey, I'm a little uneasy, what's going on? But they could also mean I'm about to bite you. So that's why it's important to know context and everything. But I'm glad exercise obviously is a great way to start. If the behavior is new and sudden, then you may want to take her to a vet as well. I know it's really tough because when you're trying to help someone with an issue of potential aggression towards dogs or people, and nothing beats an in-person evaluation, because there are so many different variables that go into play when you're addressing those things. But you know your dog best. This is the huge advantage you have over any trainer. And if you can begin to create positive associations around things that typically make her uneasy, but by giving her space, so in the case of a crate, you know, not waiting until it's bedtime to have her go in the crate. Why is she getting uncomfortable? See, is there a trigger? Is there something happening there? You see what I mean though?
Yes.
There's a lot of issues that go into that, but just give it time, and the way you'll know you're on the right track is when you see small bits of progress. You know, we often have the idea that these things should be fixed overnight. Maybe we've seen something on TV before that makes it look like it's so easy, or even my videos, you see me do it and you're like, wow, he makes it look so easy. I hope this helps. I know it's never easy dealing with stuff like this. The fact that you care so much and you're reaching out and trying to get help tells me that you're a great parent to your dog. She is in good hands with you, so awesome. Keep up the good work. I just had my 11th anniversary on YouTube just this month. I'm so proud of the fact that the Zach George 21 channel, Zach George's Dog Training Revolution as it's known now,
yes,
is a first generation YouTube channel. I've done these casual videos before, and they're so fun to make and they're great.
But light makes a difference.
But I don't, I don't think YouTube needs another vlogger. But what I do think is that I can use this form of communication for my other social networks. It allows you to interact better with your audience. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And if you're, if you're doing what I do, like in social media, you have to interact with your audience and you have to really be appreciative. There's people coming up over here. It's always weird when you're on a selfie stick and
Oh yeah.
just walking by.
I'll stay behind so I'm still in the shot.
Oh, okay.
Either flipping houses and
Oh. Hey, we're talking about real estate.
Yeah, just like us.